Hey everybody, Jake here and welcome to the hobby. Today we are checking out my PSA graded Pokemon cards return from 2020. April 2020, these Pokemon cards have been out of my hands for over a year. I remember this submission because there's actually a YouTube video from a year ago showing me submitting these, and honestly I jokingly said that, hey, I'll probably receive these in 2021. And here they are, May 2021, and we actually took over a year for these to come back. Can't wait to see the grades on these. It's going to be a real time capsule. I remember quite a bit about this Pokemon card submission. PSA had just recently opened up their grading service again. They actually had to close down due to COVID. Unfortunately, Pokemon card grading is not considered an essential service, so PSA closed their doors. Once they opened things back up, there was quite a bottleneck in the submissions system, and on top of all that, they decided to do a special deal for Pokemon card grading. At the time, you could grade a Pokemon card for as low as $8 per card, and there were a couple of catches that you had to make sure you were doing. Your submission had to be at least 25 cards, and none of the cards had to be valued over $100. So all these cards were valued at under $100, and I was really scrounging to get together 25 cards to send off. And surprising enough, or maybe surprising no one, the prices on a lot of these cards have gone well above $100 in value. I did not get surcharged for these cards because I did submit them in good faith. They were all under $100 in value at the time of me submitting these cards. No idea what the grades on these cards are yet, but I am very confident that the value of these cards have gone through the roof. Everything has gone through the roof over the course of last year. So it's going to be really interesting to see what kind of grades we get and just how much value we got back from these cards. I will for sure be listing off the value of these cards as they come in. I have a little spreadsheet to the side which lists off every single card, what their value is, depending on if they're, PSA 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 10. So let's check these out. Let's see how much value we got back and what the cost for everything is, and I think you guys are going to be really surprised. Alright, first card right off the top, we have ourselves a Rayquaza GX from the Hidden Fates Premium Collection in a PSA 10. That is amazing. We're definitely going to have to do a count on how many of our 25 Pokemon cards did we get PSA 10 on, although I do remember I sent off some vintage Pokemon cards that I am very confident are not going to be 10. But yeah, great PSA 10 card. This card I purchased in early 2020 for $8. $8 for this card, plus the grading fee of an additional $8. Let's say that we combine it to be $20. Let's just say for total cost of what we put into this card is $20, and I'm going to value this card at $250. So great start. Looks like the next card is going to be a Japanese promo card. I guess most people will already tell you it's going to be a Pikachu card. What else would I send off? And we have, alright, a Shibuya Pikachu PSA 10, another awesome card. I purchased this card from a Japanese vendor for $5 plus grading cost. Let's just round the grading cost to 10. So $15 is the total cost for this card. Even though the actual grading fee was only $8, we'll round it up to 10. So $15 for this Shibuya Pikachu in a PSA 10 condition. This card is currently going for right around $250 to $300. So really rock star card. I was telling a lot of people about this card. So here's the thing. You can tell exactly what cards I'm into, what cards I send off to be graded, and what cards I collect. I don't hide anything. If I think a card is good, I'm going to go out and bat for it. We have ourselves another Shibuya Pikachu PSA 10. Total cost $15. Current value is $300. I'm going to go out and bat for these cards. I don't hide anything. If I think a card is good, I'm going to let everyone know that I think that card is good. There's absolutely no reason for me to hide it. Here we have Gentleman Pikachu, a gorgeous card from 2018. I think this is my last ungraded Gentleman Pikachu that I sent off, and I'm actually really surprised this got a PSA 10. Did they lower their consistency or what? Because I remember there was some whitening around the corner of this card when I sent it off, and I was like, oof, probably gonna be a 9. But no big deal, because this card is so rock solid. I would take it in pretty much any condition. So great card. What did I spend on this Gentleman Pikachu? If I look at my cost sheet, it looks like I spent $20 on it. Yep, I bought this card for $10 ungraded, I think 2 years ago. And yep, cost of grading is $10, so $20 is the cost of this card. And based on my spreadsheet, a PSA 10 Gentleman Pikachu is currently going for right around $500. That is really shocking. And I suppose this card is a little bit older. They're getting harder to find. They were printed at lower quantities, and you just can't find PSA 10 Gentleman Pikachu ungraded anymore. You're not gonna find a Gent Mint copy of that card. They just don't exist. All right, next card, and we have an Easter Pikachu, PSA 7. Totally fine with that. A bunch of reasons. This was my last batch of Easter Pikachu. I had a couple of cards left lying around, and I was scrounging to find cards to send to PSA to get the value deal of $8 per card to be graded. And I was like, you know what, Easter Pikachu, at the time it was going for well below $100, and I was like, this card is not PSA 10. Who cares? Let's just shove it into the grading submission. And no big deal at all. Looks like I spent $40 on this card. Wow, that's actually pretty surprising. A bit high. So it looks like I bought this card for $30, and plus grading fee is an additional $10. So $40 of cost. And at a PSA 7, it's currently going for $150. Not too shabby. This card in a PSA 10 is currently going for, wow, $500 as well. Same price as the Gentlemanly Pikachu. Next card, we have another Easter Pikachu, PSA 7. So won't have to stick around with this card for too long. Spent $40 on it, and current value is $150. Next card up, we have another Easter Pikachu, a little bit better, PSA 9. $40 of cost, and this card in a PSA 9 is currently valued at $250. Really solid card. These cards at the time, none of them went even close to $100. So that was over a year ago. Prices have definitely jumped on a lot of these because these cards are so desirable. I'm surprised most people didn't realize these exist until like some of my videos. People were saying like, hey, that was the first time I saw Easter Pikachu was when you talked about it, and people just need to understand that these cards exist. All right, our first vintage card, and it is a Birthday Pikachu Black Star promo. This is the more rare version of Birthday Pikachu. There's a couple of different versions of Birthday Pikachu. This is by far the more rare version. The story goes that you had to draw a Pokemon, send it into Warner Brothers, and if you drew a good Pokemon, I guess, you would be sent a Birthday Pikachu card in the mail as a promotion. This was sent to a lot of kids, and of course what the kids would do is write their name right there, and you would have yourself like Jason's Pikachu, Patrick's Pikachu. Of course, if you write your name on the card, it really drops the value on it nowadays, but who knew that these cards would be valued this highly nowadays? So really great card. PSA 9 is a great condition. Let me check the back on this card. I'm actually surprised this card got a PSA 9 because there's actually some solid whitening right around the top. You guys can see that whitening right there. That I would actually say that's quite a bit of whitening. I would say this is closer to an 8, so I'm surprised it got a 9. I'm not complaining though. So this card in a PSA 9 is currently going for $400. I purchased this card 2 years ago for right around $40. Spent $20 on grading, so $50 cost in total. And this card, yeah, going for $400. PSA 10 version of this card is going for $6,000. There are so few PSA 10 Birthday Pikachu. Of course, they were shipped through the mail, and many of these cards ended up with some dings and whatnot. So 9 is actually really rock solid. Next up, we have another Black Star Birthday Pikachu, PSA 8. Like I said, I used to send these to friends and family and other collectors for their birthdays all the time. It was just a really solid card to be like, hey, here, have this card. Happy birthday. Great card, by the way. $50 cost on this card, and in a PSA 8 condition, it's currently going for $250. Next card up, we have another birthday Pikachu, PSA 7, so we're going declining in terms of condition. I'm actually, you know, like some of these cards, I can't really tell if it's actually worse or not. Like this card, I guess there's like a little bit of a black dot of ink right there. Someone probably pressed a pen down on it. So one black dot on that one. Nothing too bad on this one. I actually think this one, I think both of these should have been PSA 8. So I'm surprised I got a PSA 9 on the other one for sure. But yeah, PSA 7 is still really solid. This card is currently going for around $175 in a PSA 7. In a PSA 10, like I said, last auction I think was going for actually over $6,000, so really surprising. Ooh, now that one is a burn. We have ourselves the Stained Glass Bird Trio in a PSA 7. That is not what we want to see, especially think that this card is such an easy grade. Getting a 7 is really surprising. The last batch of these I sent off, I didn't get a single 9. Every single card was 10 all day long. So I'm actually surprised this one got a 7. Total cost on this card was, wow, shockingly, only $15. I bought this card for $5 when it was at its lowest. Current value on this card in a PSA 7 looks to be right around $30, so no major gains on that one, but you can't win them all. I'm more than happy to get that card. Here we have ourselves a PSA 9, a little bit better, but still pretty surprising. This card in a PSA 9 looks to be going for right around $50. That's not too surprising. Yeah, cost on it, $15. Cost on all these Moltres Zapdos is right around $15. We got ourselves a PSA 10. That's what we're talking about. This card in a PSA 10 is going for $150. Most collectors are really chasing the 10. You can see the large gap between the 9 and the 10. A 9 is only worth $50. A 10 is worth $150. It goes even crazier for some of the vintage cards. Collectors just really want the best condition. Ooh, we have ourselves a 6. Do we even want to talk about the value of this card? Let's say it's going for 30 bucks. So yeah, some not so huge value gains for sure. Another Stained Glass Bird, PSA 10 though, currently going for $150. Next up, our final Stained Glass Bird, we have another PSA 10, currently going for $150. I'm happy with that all day long. These will be great cards to give away in the future. I might do a couple of tournaments and add these as additional prizes. There's just so many different things I can do with these cards. I can trade them so much easier now because there's no question about the authenticity and the condition of these cards. Grading the cards really saved me a lot of hassle as a collector, so I really appreciate these cards getting graded. Happy to take a 10 all day long. Great batch so far. We got some solid modern Pikachu promos, some vintage Pikachu promos, as well as a lot of other miscellaneous GX modern English promo cards. These are very common. I was grading a lot of Hidden Fates cards at the time because in early 2020 I just had a lot of extra Hidden Fates promos, especially after the large boom of all those Hidden Fates cards coming out with so many different products. Looks like we got some more Japanese cards. I have a good understanding of what these are, and I'm going to be very interested in these grades because we could make some serious bank on these. So it's going to be interesting to see what grades these come back at. And ooh, that one hurts a little. We got ourselves a Scream promo Pikachu in a PSA 6, excellent to mint condition. So you can see how much variables there are inside of the PSA grading system, because a PSA 6 is not really bad. A PSA 6 is still excellent to mint condition or near mint condition, so it's not a bad grade at all. It's actually quite high. I think this is my last ungraded Pikachu Scream promos. I had a couple of these lying around. And the cost on this card was $40. I purchased this from a Japanese vendor for $40. They shipped it over, send it off for grading for an additional $10. So total cost on this card was $50. In a PSA 6 condition, this card is currently valued at $600. Great card to get graded. This is a card that you definitely want to get graded no matter what, because It just saves you so much trouble. And I'm actually surprised this one got a 6. The PSA grading system, I believe, is a little bit more harsh when it comes to Japanese Pokemon card. Because if you look around this card, you might not really see anything wrong with it. 0 whitening, no scratches. I'm sure PSA saw something that I can't see, so I'm not really disputing their grade. But you can see how crisp PSA 10 Japanese promo cards really are. They're really nice. There's really no blemish on this. And this card in English would probably be a 9, but in Japanese it's graded a little bit more harsh. Centering really solid as well. Like, this is a great card. I can't really see any issue with it. So a little bit surprised it got a 6. Let's see if we do better on the next one. And flip, and we got ourselves another excellent to mint Pikachu Scream promo. That's totally fine. Cost on this card was $50. Current value is $600. I think I'm actually lowballing it a little bit. Maybe it can go up for like $800, but that would be optimistic. Once again, I can't really see anything majorly wrong with this card. Yeah, like no whitening. The centering is pretty solid. Not really seeing anything wrong with either of these cards. Yeah, but like I said, the Pokemon grading system for Japanese promos is a little bit more harsh. And I'm not too surprised. I think I was very confident these weren't going to be 10. I was hoping for at least a 9, but I will take a 6 any day long because Screen promos have been doing fantastic. Next up, oh, there's one that I'm very happy to get. We have the Pikachu full art from the figure collection. This is a really cool card. I'm going to be really shocking with the value of this card, okay? I spent $5 on this card. Actually, well, I mean, like, I got this card myself, but the value of it at the time was $5. I got this card right out of a figure collection box. This was my own copy that I pulled from a video probably over a year ago. I've been really talking about this card quite a bit, and some people would say, like, you know, I tend to overhype certain cards, but I really like this card. It's a really cool card. Full art Pikachu. As someone who is a Pikachu promo collector, I can tell you this is unique. There just aren't any English cards that are like this right now. These cards just do not come to English ever. So I was really surprised when this card was inside of a figure collection, a $20 figure collection that you could pick up at Target, Walmart, or your local game store was having a really gem of a card. So this card cost me $5, total cost $15. Current value in a PSA 10 condition is $250. Now talk about some serious gains. Eat your heart out, Bitcoin. Great card. Really happy to get it in a PSA 10 condition. I remember this was on one of my YouTube videos where I was recommending cards. I said, hey, here are some great cards that are well under $50 for you guys to collect. This card was the cheapest card on the list. It was going for right around $5 at the time. And yeah, I was actually, you know, accused of hyping up the card. But if I like a card, I'm going to go out and bat for it. And I really like that Pikachu full art promo. So great card. We have a Lunala GX. I sent out so many copies of this card in my holiday giveaway. I actually gave away like 20 or 30 copies of this card because I think it's just a fantastic card. Going for super cheap at the time. I picked up like 30 copies for like $2 each, and I was like, man, this is a great card to give away because I knew it was going to do very well. This card, if you know, like if you saw it for $2, you can instantly distinct that $2 is too cheap. This is a fantastic card. So I bought this card for only $2, but we'll round it up. We'll say total cost on this card was $15. PSA 10 is currently going for right around $80. It came in a set with Rayquaza GX, so let's see if the next one, it might be another Lunala GX. Another one, PSA 10 though, fantastic. Total value on this card is $80, cost was only $15. Next one up, there it is, the Solgaleo GX. PSA 10, I purchased copies of this card for $5. Also I also sent a bunch of these out for my holiday giveaway, gave away a bunch to viewers. If you don't remember my holiday giveaway, all you had to do was sign up and you would probably win something from me. I sent out over 1,000 letters to a bunch of different viewers, and everyone was guaranteed some form of ultra rare GX EX promo card of some sort. So a lot of these were sent out, and this card, fantastic, PSA 10, is going for $100, and this is what I wanted, a complete PSA 10 set of the Hidden Fates Premium Collection. We got the Solgaleo GX, the Lunala GX, and the Rayquaza GX. This will look great framed up right next to the sealed Premium Collection box that I have inside of my collection. Fantastic. That's exactly what I was looking for. Next card up. All right, we got another Solgaleo GX PSA 10. So it looks like I have a duplicate copy of this whole entire set. Not sure what I'll do with them, but great value. Another fantastic $100 card. So final card from this grading submission. I have no idea what this card is. So let's see. Oh yeah, there's the second Rayquaza GX. I sent a duplicate copy because, you know, you just never know if they'll both come back as 10s or 9. Having an extra copy really helps out. So yeah, all these cards only cost me $8 each for grading, but we rounded them all up. This card, yeah, I purchased for right around like $5 to $10. Great card. Total cost on it, let's say $20. Value on this card is looking to be right around $250 for a PSA 10. Fantastic card. Alright everybody, that's the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a PSA graded submission from well over a year ago. A fantastic submission. I'm really happy to get all these cards. Plenty of PSA 10s, pretty much all of the ones that I wanted to be or knew would come back as 10s did get 10s. So I think PSA is still doing a really solid job in terms of grading. Surprisingly, I don't think the quality of their submission has really decreased in terms of their grading service. I know some people complain about PSA in the past on how they're inconsistent. I think this is okay. You can make your own judgment on whether some of these cards deserve better grades or not. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been useful for your own ideas on what cards you would send off for grading. I will see you guys next time.